Okay, the tail of the tape. Tell us about this first match.
Well, Joe Charles from the great old USA, 6'2", 255. He's a judo fighter against Karimula Barkalaev. Again, both very well-balanced guys, a lot of experience. Everybody in this style of fighting has really become a cross-trainer. So Joe Charles himself is also a great stand-up fighter. Again, the Russian, we don't know too much about him except what they tell us, but we don't know if they're really telling us the truth anyway.
That's right. I'll tell you what, but I'm not going to ask the guys that are sitting behind you either. What an interesting crowd here tonight.
Yeah, we've got a lot of big, famous people in the audience tonight, a lot of movie stars, a lot of people that some people won't tell you too much about, but some people are apparently paying upwards of $25,000 for these ringside tables. It's a big event here in Russia.
Well, Joe Charles, a veteran of the Ultimate Fighting Wars.
Yeah, he's fought numerous times in America, very well known, very well respected, in no holds bar, taken on all challengers, he says. He's expected to do well here tonight.
We shall see as we get the introductions here.
Unusual for him to be wearing the gi, but he's decided to stay with it. He's a champion judo fighter. I don't know if he's ever been beaten in a judo match. He's fought all the tough guys in no holds bar, and he has lost only to the best of them.
He's carrying some good weight on him too. 220 pounds at 6'2". He's bigger than his opponent.
He's actually about 245. They weighed him in earlier.
Is that right?
So yeah, he's put on some size, and maybe that's why he's wearing the gi, to cover up that gut.
Well, this is as big as I've ever seen him. I've seen him in some other fights, and he looks, I guess, soft is a word, a little bit soft, but you never know. Never judge a book by its cover.
Exactly. He's been training really hard. He comes in here very confident, and I expect him to do well.
Barkalaev, again, we don't know much about this young man as two fighters shake hands in the middle of the ring as we get ready to go.
Barkalaev wearing the Muay Thai shorts. He'll try and do some strikes early, but Joe Charles able to take a very good punch. Immediately they go into the clinch.
And Charles rolls down over top of Barkalaev. Now, both fighters trying to... Oh, okay.
Nice reversal.
Move. Great reversal by Barkalaev.
Charles trying to hold him in a headlock.
Not working. He slips out of the headlock. And he's also trying to throw a knee in there and anything else he can. As Charles tries to fight him off with the feet.
Charles, as you can see, is going for the arm bar. Actually, he's trying to get that around. He's holding that arm. Barkalaev squirrels out of it.
Well, he's very quick, Barkalaev.
Yeah, he really is. You can see that's where he seems to be just thus far early in the match. He's had the quickness. Charles is trying to use his strength. He doesn't want to leave an arm behind. Those does Barkalaev.
Nice right hand, a good right hand and a headbutt by the Russian. Oh, another headbutt right to the jaw of Joe Charles as Charles tries to keep him at bay. He has him in the guard. He's locked in there.
Charles throwing some nice right hands to the face.
Hard to get any leverage on your back like that, but you're right. They do all add up.
Yeah, Joe Charles, very experienced ground fighter. You'll see him control his opponent with the legs and see what he can do from there. Barkalaev almost leaving the arm behind a couple of times. Joe Charles looking for the arm bar, unable to achieve it thus far.
Is this a favorable position for Joe Charles?
It's not a bad position for him at all, although he may have had his best opportunities already with his opponent not being so sweaty to get that early armbar attack. You'll see him try and control those arms from the bottom.
I'm Gary Cruz along with Greg Friedman here ringside in Moscow, Russia. Joe Charles, the American on the bottom here, has survived the first onslaught by a much quicker Russian opponent, Karimula Barkalaev, who is on top in the guard.
Yeah, Joe Charles can take a beating, though, so I don't see him losing from punches. This guy's going to have to beat him on either some sort of finishing hold or Joe Charles just being exhausted. His stamina has been questioned in the past. It'll be interesting to see how he holds up tonight.
They've been in this same position here now, going on 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes.
Напоминаем вам, что разница в весе спортсменов более 30 килограммов, и все же российский спортсмен владеет инициативой.
Yeah, both guys getting a little tired now, possibly time.
Nice headbutt.
Nice headbutts to the right jaw of Joe Charles.
Boy, they will take their toll. I've seen incredible damage done over the years with that headbutt. Very effective in AFC fighting.
Yeah, you'll see Joe Charles doing a very good job of controlling his opponent. He's got him where he wants him. He's holding the head tight, so he's not taking big shots to the face, and he's controlling that right arm, holding it up and under. So he's not taking a lot of punching abuse. However, he's got to be able to do something from this position.
The Russian is locked that left hand on the gi of Joe Charles. Again, one of the hazards of wearing that is it gives the opponent a great chance to grip, and now the referee is breaking him. Joe Charles.
I'm not sure exactly what happened there.
Charles looks like he has sustained an injury.
Yeah, it appeared the Russian was biting the hand of Joe Charles. I'm not sure exactly what was going on there.
He's getting administered to, and Joe Charles is very upset.
Yeah, they're taking a look at his right hand to see what's going on. He is complaining apparently of a bite.
That's like, boy, thank goodness it wasn't his ear.
Yeah, he's...
I've never seen that before. Again, there's no biting.
No.
That is one of the main rules in this sport, and there are very few, but that is a big one.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Is that cause for a...
It could be cause for a disqualification. I wouldn't expect it from the hometown favorite, but it'll be interesting to see what they're doing here.
Well, no pun intended, but I think we have some bad blood among these two now.
Definitely. We'll see if Joe Charles can step it up here. If that either makes him step down or step up, that will be the big test here. I'm not sure how bad the bite is, but that's definitely what the issue was.
Charles is saying, wait a minute, pal, this
Судьи определили, что не было нарушения правил со стороны российского спортсмена, и таким образом по правилам наших состязаний схватка должна быть продолжена до чистой победы одного из соперников.
I'll slap you. Well, we'll see what happens now as they both go back into, both up, and two big blows. Joe Charles just missed, and now both fighters in close. The Russian trying to sweep him. Charles, though, just too much for him. A great uppercut.
Nice right hand.
I believe there's a cut on over the left eye of the Russian. I may be mistaken. There might have been the angle.
No, it's a big cut. That was a big right hand.
It is. The blood is boy, it's flowing out. Joe Charles fell down and now
given up. The worst position in this type of fight which is the full mounted position. The Russian on top now, possibly able to do some damage. Again, you see Joe Charles keeping him tight to try to avoid the big shots.
Well, the Russian is on a full frontal mount there now, and he's going to try and work over the American. Barkalaev in a very favorable position, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Joe Charles was in great position when they stand. He knows those judo throws so well. You see him trying to flip him up and over. Charles with a nice reversal to slip out of that. Kicking the leg up and over. Reversing the Russian, but the Russian holding the head tight with a nice knee to the head.
Boy, great leverage, too, by the Russian as he keeps those legs spread, has great balance, and again, still assuming command in this fight at this point.
Yeah, Joe Charles, a big, tough guy, knows all those judo throws and was able to survive, but ends up on the bottom of it again. Again, from the speed of the Russian, each time Joe Charles seems to be going down in the better position, the Russian able to use his speed and quickness to slip out of it and end up in the powerful position.
Boy, that's a nasty gash under the left eye of Barkalaev.
Yeah, he had a couple big right hands. Joe Charles definitely the better puncher of the two, and can take a great shot himself. So,
Joe Charles comes with a very short, effective right hand as they go into a clinch. Nice knee to the midsection by Barkalaev.
This is where Charles should be. A nice right hand on the side of the face by Joe Charles.
Great move. Pushed his opponent away. Quick shot and pulled him right back in.
This guy's hands are steel, too. He comes away always in these things with his opponents feeling more pain than he does. He's got big punches, both left and right. It's only his quickness and his stamina that have been tested.
Charles is complaining to the referee. Barkalaev holding the fence. Again, one of our pre-fight rules, you can't hold the fence, but the referee is making no attempt to pull his hand off.
Now, so far, giving a little bit of leeway to the Russian fighters, it appears.
Charles has a grip on the trunks.
You can see a nice standing headbutt attempted.
You see his cornerman, the Russian's cornerman, saying, stomp on his foot. Referee admonishing both fighters at this point.
Oh!
just while the referee was talking, the Russian comes in with the left hand.
A huge left hand.
Charles takes it, though, and continues to complain to the referee. Unbelievable.
I'm telling you, this Charles can take a punch. That was, I don't know what was going on there, what the discussion was about, but Charles, both fighters standing with their hands down, the Russian dishing off a beautiful left hand to the right face of Joe Charles. But Joe Charles seemingly okay.
Russian has locked his fingers into that fence, and now he uses the knee effectively to the lower part of Charles's body as he works him over, stamps on his foot, tries to, continues to hold the fence. Referee just standing there watching.
Yeah, the Russian appears to just be better conditioned at this point. However, Joe Charles never out of a fight. He could finish this guy with any big punches if he can land them. You'll see the belt, the black belt of Joe Charles fall to the ground. He's taking some big foot stomps.
Man, those hurt. Charles is one tough guy, though, as he's been battered around a little bit, although he's dished some out himself.
Yeah, he's got to get a little more active. His shots are the more powerful, but not getting as many as the Russian is thus far.
The Russian, the cornerman for the Russian is screaming at the referee for whatever reason I don't know as he breaks away from the fence. Charles keeps him close, and now he throws a right hand.
Nice right
Another
hand.
right hand by Charles. Charles is upset as he comes in. The Russian weighs in, though, exchanges blows. Both men landing effective right hand.
Beautiful exchange there by both fighters. Both guys standing toe-to-toe, and then the quick clinch. Very typical in this style of fighting.
Russian continues to use the knee to the groin and the midsection area of Charles. Tries a side headbutt there, that not too effective. Charles comes back with a knee of his own.
Yeah, I think Charles will definitely get the benefit and the better of the two fighters if they could stand there and exchange, but the Russian makes his shot and closes the distance quickly.
Barkalaev is tough, folks.
Yeah, he really is. Joe Charles having him outweighed by about 30 pounds here. Again, as we know in no holds bar, weight, size doesn't seem to mean too much. And I'd say a very even fight so far.
Boy, Charles has landed some huge blows, and the Russian has landed some equally large blows. And I'm really impressed the way he is using that foot to stomp on the foot of Joe Charles.
Yeah, it's a big distraction. Try and get him to lower and bend over, and then he gets susceptible to possibly a nice knee. Nice knee by Charles.
Boy, he took a step and then threw the knee. Got a lot more power behind it. Came up just a tad short, though.
Yeah, he's a very experienced kickboxer as well. Joe Charles, nice knee.
Oh, big great right. Left hand. The left hook by the Russian. He misses with the right. Oh! Charles is throwing. Lefts and rights both been coming at each other. Oh, both land effective blows.
Beautiful. And a takedown.
And a takedown.
You'll see Charles controlling the right leg of the Russian. He doesn't want to give up that full mount position. As we said, he's a very experienced ground fighter. Charles taps out. I don't know if it was from pure exhaustion. It didn't appear that there was a choke in there. Joe Charles, utterly exhausted. The young, more aggressive, better conditioned fighter with a nice back. This guy is excited about his victory.
I'll tell you what, he's fought for about 15 minutes, and to be able to even attempt that is amazing.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how he survives his next fight. Look at this left hand again by the Russian. Boom!
Oh, my.
Joe Charles
weathers the storm, and there's a good left right there too. That started the downfall for Joe Charles. There's a right on the jaw, a left just misses, the right just misses. But watch this, a huge left hand right there as both men flail away, throwing caution to the wind. Charles is then, boy, he's thrown down a great judo throw.
Yeah, very unusual that you could see Joe Charles take a throw like that. And you'll see the Russian on top, and there's the tap. I don't believe there was any finishing hold. I believe Joe Charles was just totally exhausted. He fought much longer than he expected to. Hoped to knock this guy out or finish him with the finishing hold early on.
Одержал Карим Баркалаев,
you see the great sportsmanship there by both fighters. Again, Joe Charles just exhausted. The Russian looks like, look at his face. It looks like he took actually more of the beating, but again, in no holds bar, there's a lot more than meets the eye.
There sure is, and boy, you have to be in shape, or like Joe Charles just did, he is totally out of gas. Yes. Wow. what a way to start this 8-man tournament, I'll tell you. Let's go to the announcer at ringside.
Yeah, Oleg Toktarov, a famous fighter here in Russia, flew over with us. Very excited.